Hello? Hello, Emerald City. What's doing? What's happening? What's that from, huh? That is from Fraser Niles. Okay, guys. Forgot to hook this up first. This is Mark Black, and this is Mark Teaches Music, the channel. And this is our improv workshop tonight. And my head thing's just unplugged. You know, they really ought to figure out a way, YouTube should figure out a way to do this like Zoom. Because I can't stand just sitting in this box. You know, so I'm looking at these boxes and assuming you guys are here. And I can't hear you and I can't see you. I don't like it. But it's okay. So here we are. And we're having our improv workshop, which I really love. It's a lot of fun. So this is the 22nd day of November 2022. And I want you to have fun and be awesome. I really do. It's a really cool idea, and it's not like my idea. It's just like a great idea for you to have fun and be awesome. You know, and so let's see. If you want information about lessons, go to www.dallasmusiclessons.com. And if you have questions about music or anything like that, send me. You can do a question. I think you can do a comment or whatever on the site, on the channel, or you can send me an email at mark@dallasmusiclessons.com, and I'll be glad to answer your questions. So let's see. That seems a bit loud. Let me turn it down to 10. See my voice. My voice commanding. Is it big and fat? What I was doing. I'm going to sing today. Adlib by singing today, and so I had to turn it down for that. So I turned it back up now. That should be a good sound. Looks pretty good. Let's see. So we're not just ad-libbing here. We're also learning about ad-libbing. So we'll play, and then we'll also talk about and say, hey, you know, do this, do that, you know, to try to get better at the whole thing instead of just playing and maybe it was horrible or maybe it was great, and there's no kind of intermediate. And there's my hair. It's got this really weird part here today. Where is it? Like it's really strange. So anyway, so if you have a request for a style or an instrument, you know, I'm trying to go through different instruments and stuff because we're trying to get the idea of improvising, period, not a certain improvisation. You know, like on the guitar or on the flute or whatever, on the piano. We're like improving completely, you know, regardless. So anyway, here we go. And so if you have ideas for, like, you want to see, you want to see me improvise on the slide whistle, I have one over there. Really hard to do. But you know, it's like, I'll try it. But also styles, you know, different styles. How come I haven't heard any, you know, I don't know what, Native American something or other. So anyway, just holler. And like I said, if you ask questions now or anything now, just drop them in the chat, and please do that. I love chatting. I love the word chat, chat. Let's see. So and you need to subscribe. You need to hit notifications. You need to click the bell. That's clicking the bell. You need to comment. My gosh, what is wrong with your hair with that part in the middle of your head? Any of that stuff, and that weird. Look at that. I'm so sorry that's there. So here's some guidelines about our improvisation. It's no big deal. There's links in the description. First, there's links in the description that have got your scales and stuff for the two songs we're doing. And we're doing a song in C blues. It's a blues in C major. And we're doing it says it's a blues in A minor, but it's really just A minor, and it spends a lot of time in C major too. Those are relative majors and minors. And again, these are, when I use terms that hopefully you don't have to know what they mean, but the idea is that we would I would throw them out instead of avoiding them, and then you could either ask them or learn them or take lessons and learn them, or you already know them or whatever. Any version of that. So point is they're relative majors and minors, means they have the same notes but different starting points. And just by the way, parallel majors and minors means they have the same starting note, A major, A minor, C major, C minor, but they do not have the same notes. They couldn't both start on C and one be a major and one be a minor with the same notes, right? Duh. So relative means same notes, different starting place. Parallel means same starting place, different set of notes. Um, okay, so when it don't just sit here and watch this, including if you're watching as a video instead of the live stream. Don't sit and watch. Play when it's your turn to play. Jump in and play, and go for it. And don't wait. And then secondly, or with that, is that when it's my turn, when I'm playing, don't play. Don't play on top of that. Wait and think and listen and ponder. What could I do? What would be cool to do? And don't don't delay. In other words, you're out and you're listening. You're thinking, what would I like to do? What would be cool? And then you're playing. In and out, in and out. And then don't be put off by a style you don't like. If you don't like that style, too bad, sucker. You didn't do it. I did it. But just jump in and try to make it the best it could be. If Band in the Box hadn't messed up on me today, we would have done a country blues instead of a regular blues. So we're having to, which is good. We're doing the regular straight ahead blues. So I'm just commenting. I'm saying, hey, I wish that was a more variety. So if you hear style you don't like, just go ahead and see what you can do. See if you can make it great because you're so awesome and you're soloing. And the same thing for different instruments. You're either put off by them or you're like, well, how did he do that? I can't do that on my flute. I can't do that on my trombone. Then seriously ask me a question. But one of the things is I think about it all the time when I do something idiosyncratic, focused on the instrument I'm playing. That's what you should do on your instrument, something that only your instrument can do. So that the idea is not he went blah, 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 and I can't do that. Well, different instruments can do flautotagen. You can do some of the similar sounds and try to do something like that, or try to do something that's just, like I said, specific to your instrument. And this is all cool stuff. The idea is we're ad-libbing along, we're doing stuff, and then so we're doing things everybody does. We're doing things that everybody should do, and doing in your own. If whoever your favorite soloist is, then they'll do something that only can be done on that instrument, and that's a great thing. So anyway, and we want to absorb the changes. We're going to listen to the songs first one time through, and be like, and you're trying to get that. When does that change happen? Now, in key change, it may be a key change, it may not be a key change, but for a song to have almost every song on the planet to have any interest at all, it's got to have at least 2 chords. Except for Papa Was a Rolling Stone, that only has 1 chord. It's extremely cool. Some other songs, I'm sure, are really cool like that. Boom, boom, do, 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 do. Got a great instrumentation chart on that. So anyway, if you're watching this later after the thing, if it's too hard, back up to earlier sessions. Some of the early sessions are easier, and then also for everybody, just don't go any further. Don't go. Just sit there on that same style or same track, and to see if they can give you get familiar and do more better. And just by the way, I was noticing this today. This is my teaching commentary for the day, or one of the things is that, the fact that we're playing and then I play and then you play and I play and you play, it is what we need to do. And it's seriously a time-honored method used by every famous person, I'm pretty sure, in the world, call and response to learn music and ad-libbing specifically. But it's also hard it's really good to just go through a 5-minute, 10-minute track and you're just ad-libbing on that track and thinking of things and trying them and trying to kind of go crazy and just immersing yourself. So that's a very good thing to do also, which we can't quite do when we're going back and forth. And then the last thing is, if you don't know what to do, sing along with the track, and not sing like, sing something cool. Sing what you'd like to hear at your instrument, and see if that doesn't come out. And that's also a well-known, time-honored way to prime the pump, to give you some ideas. So, all right, so the first song we're going to do is named Emotional Blues Ballad. So it's emotional and it's a blues, but it says it's a blues, but I don't really think it's a blues. I don't hear anything very bluesy in it. But what I want to grab about it, and I'm sorry I don't have a chart, it is in A minor / C. So there's some things I want you to hear about it. We're going all the way through. And yes, it's probably help if I turn this on. Let's start that over. See how loud that is. Hoo. Well, I did push the button. I'm pushing it again. Yeah. There's the 5 chord in the key of C now. This is the chords change. Okay, this is your chart says it's in A minor, A natural minor. It's not my fault. Songs change keys, and particularly songs that are in minor keys, change between harmonic minor, Dorian minor, natural minor, melodic minor, Phrygian minor, whatever, different minors, and very common in minor songs in minor keys. Anyway, right there is the solo goes from the chord scale goes from da 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 da. Da 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 da. You're in the key of A, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Right there, it goes to harmonic minor, which always is raising the 7th scale degree. Ba 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 ba. That just means that the chord being played is going from an E minor with a G natural to an E has a G sharp, and that's again, if you're a C instrument, G sharp. If you're a B flat instrument, that's A sharp, and if you're what's that other instrument? E flat instrument. Let's see, that would be E sharp. So, and then we talked about before, for the guitar player, the simplest way to play. There's the rate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's the regular 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Raise 7th. That's the easiest one. Patterns on these instruments: guitar, bass, mandolin, ukulele. And I got another shot of fixing to switch to. I'll go ahead and switch to. And just want to comment that, I don't think it's imperative that we always have this kind of a shot, but I do think it's good when you're ad-libbing on these instruments with fretboards and fingerboards that you can see a little more detail, which you can't see, of course, when you're singing or when you're playing the guitar. I mean the saxophone or something. You can't see what's going on. At least you can see on this. You can tell what's being played. Okay, so listening to this, you get a little bit more. All these are working with the C scale. There's that raise 7. Let me just check that. Let me just check this. And then on the sheet, it's got the 1st and the 6th pentatonic and natural minor and blues pattern. Let this go. It's got a B section coming up on. It goes quite a long time. I don't want to skip because I'm afraid we'll not hear it. It'd be really nice if it happened now. I don't think it's going to. There's the B section. Here's the 1 chord. That's this. Oh, A minor. Sorry. You hear that right there? Dude went. I don't know if he did this or not. Or did put some motion in there, harmonic, maybe we could call it. There's the 5, G chord, A minor again, and adds an A major going to D minor. So this is a pretty complicated little song. It has these little tiny notes. You could just blast away in A minor, blast away in C major. Here's the, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start. Here we go. Top. See, that's too loud. Your turn. A minor. C major. All right, it's my turn. Okay, B section, your turn. That's the A minor. We'll go ahead and take 2 phrases so they give it a bit more fun. Your turn, keep going. All right. Your turn. G, C, F, E diminished, E. Go ahead, take another one. Same thing. Okay, I'll take this, and I go. Your turn. Take another one. All right, it's my turn. I don't know where we are in of the song. Your turn, sad part, B part. Very beautiful. Okay. Now I'm gonna make a couple of a point. I see a couple of points. There's two places in the song. One is it has this place where it's going. Yeah. Now think about that sound, rolling along. You know, it's kind of like. And think about it. It helps. Some of you are. Not locked into, but you're mini jazz-ish, and I love jazz-ish musicians, and I love complexity, and I love aggressiveness. You know, a kind of person that would, you know, like do this kind of video. You're into the mental part of it, reading the chord changes, knowing exactly what those notes are. That's not in any sense a percentage of how many people are doing this or doing it well or anything like that. It's just some people are attracted to that. I want to comment, those of you that are not, or just to make a point to everyone, is that, so the other thing is an emotional, we would like to get actually an emotional and oral combined together, emotional and oral combined with our mind, saying, hey, that sound, that sad sound, that exciting sound, that dramatic sound, that tense sound means this kind of chord. So the song's going. What else it goes? But in the middle of it, it goes da da, and it goes da. Here's this. Listen, tension. Now, where's that tension going to come from? How are you going to get tension unless you do something that's unusual? And so that's notes not in the chord. And this is where I'm saying, just giving you an oral, a sound heads up. That's where we would add. And yes, there's more than just that, but that'll catch it. Raising the 7th scale degree. The second place it does this, it goes do, 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 do. I think it goes do. I'll have to listen to it. It's got this neat little turn. Let's see if we can find it. Right there. So it goes da, 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 and then it goes. Let me show you that. This is not for guitar players. It's just the sound, right? But it goes da, 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 da. So it goes from an A minor to an A major. Now how are you going to have an A major in the key of A minor without changing the scale? So it had to change the scale, and so we would have to change that. Here's my 6-minute tonic pattern I'm playing. Sorry. Well, that'll work. I raised the 2 notes. Anyway, main thing I'm trying to get you is that you're listening for the change. There's a change there. You're listening for the change. And you're like, dude, I wonder if there's an amazing change. Let's listen to it. Sad. Listen to it. Got happy. So it's a major chord. Okay, so I'm just wanting to point that out. Now let's add a little bit more. before we head off to another song? You start. Keep going. My turn. I go. Your turn to the B section. There's that A chord. Okay. The last thing I wanted to say about this was that, just to mention, if you outline the chords, then you're always not safe like boring, but safe like, wow, that really hits it. So this is going. So I'm gonna outline the chords: A minor, A D minor, G7, C major, F. There's the B. So here, if you're on the piano, and I can reach over. Is it gonna make it sound? Yeah. So it's going. Make them all sevens. Now that is if we did that 7 times in a row, or even 3 times in a row, they'd be like, oh my gosh, how boring can it get? Because it's predictable. But the point is, those are the sweet notes. We talked about stacks. All chords are made of stacks, thirds. Use a note, skip a note, use a note, skip a note, use a note, skip a note, use a note, skip a note. I've said you need to walk around all day. You need to go D, F, A, C, F, A, C, E, B, D, F, A. See, I'm hitting E, skip the D, E, I'm sorry, D, skip the E, D, sorry, I'm trying to say C, skip the D, E, skip the F, G, skip the A, B. C, E, G, B, D, F, A, C, E, G, B, D, F, A, C, E, G, B, D, F, A, C, E, G, B, D, F, A. Those are all the chords. The notes for all the chords. That's all. I did 7s. So on your trumpet, on your piano, on your flute, you're good enough. If you now look, the deal, as we said, was like, for example, for a B flat instrument, tenor saxophone, soprano saxophone, trumpet. This song is in what key is it? It's in B minor. So the point is, you got F's and C's are sharp. So yes, when you went B D F A, you'd be B D F sharp A, and if you said an A, the 5 chords, the A chord would be A C sharp E G. You're making that amendment, but it is A C E G. So all right, good. So that's a solid and exciting sound that you're going to hear a lot. Okay, now we're going to do a blues, and this is actually our blues session for various reasons. because my. But let's see how loud this is. It's just a blues. Now, what I want you to hear, we're just trying to absorb the changes. It's not going to change keys. It's going to change chords. Back. Then it stays. Back to the one chord. Turn around. Okay, so if you look at the sheet that I sent you this time, or that I linked, a standard sound on the one chord and the five chord in this song, and the key is a C7 and a G7. On the one and the five chord, you can play the major pentatonic and/or blues, and you can play the minor pentatonic and/or blues. So this is in the key of C. So when you hit the C7 chord and the G7 chord, you play C minor pentatonic or blues, and you can play C major pentatonic or blues. C major pentatonic or blues will sound cute, aggressive, smart aleck. Minor will sound tough. I'm gonna get you. Okay, so this time we're gonna take an entire time, 12 bars each of us, and I am going to. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna sing. Yeah, which I've been telling you how to sing, and so this is my turn. I'll start. So, you hear that? Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh. Your turn. Go. take my turn, and I'm going to say, okay, a couple of things. Is number one, when you are singing, now remember I said you can use singing to prime the pump, and it's so common and so useful. Your voice is so much closer to what's inside of you than your fingers. Long trip out to the fingers, out over to the instrument. Did it come out right? So, but very short trip from the ear to the voice, from the head to the voice, from the heart to the voice. So anyway, lots of people would sing to prime the pump. Now, if you're a singer, I'm a singer. So now I'm talking about singing, not priming the pump, but singing. So a couple of things is when you sing, the idea of using a major blues or minor blues or minor pentatonic or whatever is not preempted, is not the right word, but it is the mood. I'm getting down. So I'm not going ba 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 ba. I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking, yeah, baby, what I know, I love you so. I'm thinking of a mood. So I'm talking about when you sing. I think this is useful for your ad-libbing too. But I noticed that when you sing, the mood, aggressive, cute, playful, these kind of things seem to predominate in your ad-libbing on singing in any style. Another thing about it, and this is for everybody, you need to hit that rhythm, hit that beat, baby. And for the singer and for the instrumentalist, hitting that dot, 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 and even make it better, get rid of 1, 2, 4, 2, 4. And if you'll do that, man, you'll groove. Even if you're going dot, dot, did, your turn coming up. 1, 2, 3, go. Bound to foot to the Twitter. Your turn. Oh, we'll start over. That's funny ending. Kind of a country little ending on that. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, you go. Yeah. Yeah. now I want to make one more point about specifically the singers. If you're the singer singing as your improvising instrument, there's a tendency, it's a tendency at all instruments to do this, but with more of the voice, is you start singing high and you start singing higher and higher and higher and higher. Next thing you're singing everything. You try to top it or down low. So with all instruments, and the voice more especially, you have to reset. Like, I'm singing high, let me jump down, or let me jump in the middle, or I'm playing a lot of fast notes, let me play some slow notes, let me play a lot of slow notes, thoughtful things, let me change. And so I'm saying, I don't know why, but noticing with the voice, you tend to get hey, 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 hey. This seems going crazy. Your turn. Your turn. Make it count. Make it count. Play like you mean it. Play like you mean it. Hey. Okay, we'll try to do a mood change. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, whoa. Oh, 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 oh. Now it's you. We'll both take one more time. Hey, man, I was singing. Okay, well, I guess that ended it. So that means that was about 15 minutes on that track. Okay, guys, so let's see what we talked about real quick. In the first one, where I was playing electric guitar, in the A minor, we had two chords. The song was in A minor, natural minor, exactly the same notes as the major. That means exactly the same chords as the major. So the key of A, natural minor, has the same exact chords as the key of C, major. The same notes, same chords. So the song is flowing around in the same chords, and we're like, hey, man, those are the same chords. Except they're positioned so that A seems like home base. And that's why the song's in A minor. So, and then it had two places in the song where it played actually a total of three chords, but two sections where they had one section that had two chords out of the key, and another one had one chord out of the key. Is it an evil? You can do that you could figure that out by ear. You don't have to know what it is. You should know what it is, but I'm just saying, I'm just commenting. Mostly the first step I'd say is, I got my degree in playing the oboe. Okay, so I read in music. Okay, so it doesn't scare me to read music or anything. But I say the first step is hearing it. I hear that place where it changed, and then I go like, huh, I'm gonna have, that sounds unusual there. I'm gonna have to play something unusual. I'm gonna specifically what how did it change? You can figure that out by ear. You can figure it out by brain. I'm first right now talking about us hearing the change, the different thing. And then I talked about talking about outlining the chords. So instead of just playing along in the key C over all the chords, or key of A minor, natural minor, over all the chords, rather, it's like, well, here's the A minor chord. What are those that chord? A, C, E. Here's a D minor chord, D, F, A. Here's a G chord, G, F, G, B, D. Here's a C major 7 chord, C, E, G, B. Do you know that? I don't know. But easy start is, if it's a D chord, go with the stacks, thirds, D, F, A, C. And then if you'll just plug in the notes of the key you're in, let's say it was alto saxophone, he would be in the key of A. And that song was in the key of A minor. For him, the song is in the key of F sharp minor, which is A major, which is F, C, and G sharp. So the D, so that D, D, F, A, C would be D, F sharp, A, C sharp. And that's all saying, but if you're not in that key, that's okay, because all the D chords are D, F, A, C, and all the B chords are B, D, F, A, whether they're flats or naturals, whatever. Anyway, that idea, experiment with that idea, explore that idea. Then we did this blues, and we talked about really hit the groove. I mean, physically, it really helps to move. It's fun to move, but it also really helps to move. So I'm suggesting you do that. And then for a singer, would like to state that it is easier, that you're probably thinking more about the mood. It's very beautiful. It's more aggressive. I'm even more aggressive, even crazy aggressive, and then sometimes you can get stuck up high or stuck down low, whatever. Easier to do. All instruments do it, but easier to do for the voice. And I think that'll do. Okay, so this is I am Mark Black, and this is Mark Teaches Music of my YouTube channel, and this is our improv workshop. My gosh, it is whether you think so or not, it's amazing. Really good stuff. So for more information about lessons, go to www.dallasmusiclessons.com. Hit subscribe, hit notifications, share the link, make a comment, will me something. And if you got any questions about music, send me an email at mark@dallasmusiclessons.com. And as always, until I see you again, I want you to have fun, and I want you to